Good day everyone, I am Engine Cadet Nathan and I am here today to discuss about the application of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, to the overlapping maritime claims in the South China Sea. This is an important problem since the South China Sea is a major waterway for global trade and region rich in natural resources. The United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, ratified by the vast majority of governments, provides a framework for setting maritime boundaries disputes. It establishes several marine zones, including territorial waters, 12 nautical miles from the baseline, contiguous zones, 24 nautical miles, exclusive economic zones or EEZs, extending up to 200 nautical miles, and the continental shelf. The core of the South China Sea disputes lies in the competing claims of several nations: China, Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, to various islands, reefs, and maritime zones. China's claim is particularly expansive, encompassing a large portion of the sea based on its 9-dash line, a historical demarcation that predates UNCLOS and lacks clear international legal basis. Other claimants base their claims on UNCLOS principles, asserting rights to EEZs and continental shelves based on their proximity to land features. The problem is that these claims significantly overlap. Many of the features claimed by various nations are rocks or low tide elevations, which under UNCLOS do not generate an EEZ. UNCLOS Article 121 clearly states that only islands which can sustain human habitations or economic life of their own generate an EEZ. This point is central to many of the disputes, as the legal status of numerous features in the South China Sea is contested. The presence of artificial islands built by China further complicates the issue, as their legal status under UNCLOS is also debated. The Permanent Court of Arbitration, or PCA, ruling in the Philippines versus China case in 2016 is a landmark decision. The PCA ruled that China's 9-dash line claim has no basis in international law and that China had violated Philippines' sovereign rights in its EEZ by engaging in activities such as fishing and construction. While China refused to recognize the PCA ruling, it remains a significant legal precedent. The application of UNCLOS in the South China Sea is further complicated by the historical context of the claims, the lack of universally accepted methodology for delimiting maritime boundaries in such complex situations, and the political sensitivities involved. Diplomacy and multilateral negotiations are crucial for finding a peaceful and legally sound solution. The Code of Conduct in the South China Sea, or COC, currently under negotiation, aims to establish a framework for managing disputes and promoting cooperation in the region. However, its effectiveness remains to be seen. In conclusion, UNCLOS provides a framework for resolving maritime boundary disputes in the South China Sea, but its application is complex and fraught by many challenges. The competing claims, the legal status of various features, and political dynamics make finding a lasting solution a difficult but crucial task for regional stability and international law. Continued adherence to the international law, peaceful disputes resolution mechanism, and a commitment to the COC are essential for navigating this complex situation. That is all. Thank you.